This is Charleston's retirement coach, Brandon Bowen.
There is a new tax break for seniors that could make a real difference, and it's happening this year thanks to the OBA, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Anyone 65 or older can claim an extra deduction, $6,000 for seniors, $12,000 for couples. That's deduction on top of the standard deduction, which is a nice perk, it sounds like, for seniors, yep. Brandon. So how can this new deduction change the game for somebody's overall tax bill?
Well, and let me add something too, because you said all that everyone can benefit from this. Now, to clarify, there is a phase
over
out.
65. Anyone over 65. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're over 65 and you can't make too much money, so single filers and then married filing jointly. So it does phase out if you have a lot of income, basically. So
okay, so the more money you make, the less of this deduction you can actually. Okay, got it.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Kind of like, for Roth contributions during your working years, if you make too much, you can't contribute. There's a phase out period there too.
Okay.
So yes. So, but this, it's huge actually. I mean, this benefit here, if you do qualify, if you're over 65 there, because before that, before this year here, it was about 32,000 was a standard deduction.
Okay.
And so now if we get 6,000 per person and you're married filing jointly, then that's an extra 12,000, right? We're talking now about 46,000, somewhere around in there, right? Total. So think about that. Your income here, when you file taxes for last year in 2025, your first 46,000, the government lets just walk right past. It's like they're ready to tax the fool out of everything, but it's like, okay, come on. It's like, you're in line at Disney or Universal and they're like letting you sneak past or something. Like your first $46,000 of income. Okay, keep moving. Fine. Okay, now stop, everybody. Now we're gonna just wreak havoc on the rest of your income.
Right.
But that's kind of what is going on here. So with this big beautiful bill, it's really, really nice, and this. This can be significant tax relief for a lot of people, for a lot of seniors. Okay. In fact, it could turn from where a senior might have owed taxes to where they now might get a refund, because of this benefit here. It's real. Yeah, it is really, really good. It stacks onto all the other provisions and, credits and mortgage interest deduction, like all of these things. So it really is a nice kind of head start. If you have some income coming in, make sure that you take advantage of this. Okay. Let me tell you a quick story, because this actually came up this past week when I was sitting here talking with some potential clients. Okay. They came in. This was their very first meeting with me. They came in and so they live over in West Ashley, and they had saved about $300,000 in their 401ks. Okay. It was her 401k. She had like a $25,000 and then $275,000. So 401k and an old IRA totaled about $300,000. Then they had about $1.3 million in a brokerage account, an after-taxed account. Okay. Yep. A brokerage, jointly owned account there. So we were talking through our planning, strategies here, and they were sharing with me what they were thinking they would do. They were like, "Hey, Brandon, if we didn't come in and talk with you and meet you here, this is what we were thinking we were going to do." And so we were just talking through those strategies, and a lot of it was great. A lot of it was really, really nice, thoughtful, very proactive. And they got to the point where she goes, "Hey, I've got that basically $300,000 and we want to do a Roth conversion. We want to go ahead and convert that money, all of it here this next year. We want to convert it all to a Roth IRA so that our future growth is tax-free." And I was like, time out. I was like, hang on. Right.
Okay.
First off, I love that you're thinking about proactive tax strategies. That's what you've got to do. It's what a lot of times I'm having to explain and encourage people when they come into the office, but they were both already thinking they should do it. Okay. But I said, but wait, let's think about this here. Right. So I said, let's walk through every year. Let's think of the rest of your life here. These next maybe 30 plus years, hopefully. We have the standard deduction, right? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, so that means that there's a portion of your money that it was in a tax deferred status where the government will let pass by without taxing it. And she goes, "Oh, I see what you're doing. You're wanting us to not pay taxes if we don't have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Goals.
That's what that's the game. And I'm like, yes, this is a game that we're playing here with the government.
Yeah.
Let's learn the rules and let's win. Let's win. Let's stay out of jail, but let's not give the government any more money than we have to. Okay. Let's play it. Let's play by these rules here. And so I'm showing them when they come in next time, improving it, how like, hey, let's basically kind of slow walk the Roth contributions. Okay. So maybe over these next, 4 years, 5 years, we'll see with their other income, right? But let's look at, okay, how big do these conversions need to be? Because I want to keep it because if you can utilize that standard deduction, think about your 401ks and IRAs. You put money in there pre-taxed, right? You were working. Heather, you and I are working right now. So we're hopefully both of us are contributing to our retirement accounts, right? We're putting money in there. So we don't pay taxes on it right now. And now it's growing over the years, growing, tax deferred. Okay.
Yep.
Still hadn't paid any taxes. Now we get to retirement. And if we utilize these strategies properly, I'm talking about how we can potentially bring that money over from that 401k into your pocket or into a Roth IRA tax-free. Okay.
Yeah.
The government never got their hands on it. Their sticky hands. They weren't able to touch it because of the rules that they put in place. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wanting to help you analyze. Okay. How do these strategies, how does it fit in best with you and your specific situation?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You listening, you have your own things going on, your own age, your own different income levels. And we need to see, you might have higher income, okay, where you're maybe way past that. You might be 6 figures of income. Well, what are strategies that we can do if you're already in, say, a 22 or a 24% tax bracket, right? What are some things that we need to do that we could be doing and should be doing each and every year? Okay, let me give my phone number real quick, 843-890-2400. If you're sitting here listening to us and you're like, oh man, I hope that we're utilizing all the strategy, but I'm not sure. I just don't know. Then this is your opportunity to double check that, to double check it there, to come in, sit down and say, hey, Brandon, I just want to make sure, the damage is done for 2025. All right. So what can we do there? What did we do? What should we have done so that together, maybe with you, Brandon, and your CPA or tax attorney, what are some proactive things that we can do here for 2026? Okay.
Yeah.
So come in, let's take a look at what you've done, what you're planning to do, and see if there might be some room for improvement. So here's my phone number, 843-890-2400. 843-890-2400. If you've saved $500,000 or more and are within maybe 5 years of retirement or past retirement, right? If you're about 60 or above, I would say it is time to have this second opinion. Okay. Pick up the phone, 843-890-2400. You can call or text that number. You can text the word tax map. And Tanya is standing by right now, and she can reach back out to you and get you on the calendar. We do have 5 spots available each week, and I would love for you to take advantage of that. But back to this plan here, what I'm talking about, this is my tax map, okay? Most people, when they come in, they have not done this step at all. They maybe they had some planning for their investments, maybe some income planning, but this third step, this is what the wealthy do. This is what they spend time here going, okay, I've made the money. I've got the most money I've ever had in my life here. I want to make sure that I'm a good steward of this money. I want to make sure that I'm playing the game, the tax game properly here, paying my fair share, but keeping my fair share, right?
Yeah.
So that's what my tax map can help us look at is, okay, are there opportunities that we're walking right past? Okay. What do we need to implement right now in 2026 for your future benefit? So pick up the phone right now, 843-890-2400.
Thanks for listening to Charleston's Retirement Coach Podcast with Brandon Bowen. To learn more, visit bowenwealth.com and join Brandon for his radio show, Charleston's Retirement Coach, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 94.3 WSC.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if J. Brandon Bowen is licensed in your state, please call 843-203-2030. J. Brandon Bowen is an investment advisor representative of Bowen Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. J. Brandon Bowen is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Bowen Wealth, LLC, insurance licensed in South Carolina. Market Guard is a registered investment advisor with the SEC and provides model portfolios only to Impact Partnership Wealth. Market Guard makes no implied warranties or representations and is not liable for any data presented.